All times are not the same. My professor is here. You can be on campus for 3 months and be playing. Those days, there were students that were skilled at going to clubs. On Friday in the evening, cars will come. You will see them. Their jeans will be here. They will wear big canvas with shirt, and they are walking like this. They have that liberty for 3 months. But when exam comes, they look for us, the scholars. Because they know that if you go to club now, you are a fool. What do? The lecture they were not interested in for 3 months. You'll see them with lecture notes. Where do you think questions will come from? How will I know? Am I a lecturer? And they will say, please, let me see what you read. You know what? During exam, they will be photocopying. You will see handwriting of different scholars. They knew the writing of the scholar in chemistry, the scholar in physics, the scholar in elect. They will go and check what they read. Because one thing with intelligence is that you'll be able to suspect where question will come from. So scholars will summarize it. Then they will photocopy it and be reading. But guess what? The brain is blocked. And because the brain can't work, they now start one page. Some of those things, one page, they will copy it on their lap. Copy it on this lap. They will carry paper. Some will put paper inside their mouth. You'll say good morning. They say, we saw wonders. And if they catch you, you are going. That one is the law of the university. There's no I beg. If they catch you, so long as they see the evidence, you have graduated that day, they will give you transport to go home. We saw wonders. They got a young man with foolscap filled with writing, ink front and back. When the lecturer said, give me, the guy got that thing, put in the mouth, chewed it and swallowed it. Swallowed paper with ink. The other one, the lecturer caught him. They used to call it jokes. And when they gathered the evidence, packed his answer booklet, and the lecturer was going, the guy grabbed the thing, pushed the lecturer, and took off. They pursued him. He was faster than Usain Bolt. Because if you catch him, he's gone. But you know what? They violated the law of times and seasons. There is a time to study. When you come to the campus, close your ears to the club. Those 4 months, anything you need to do to read and understand, do it. If you violate it, when Kairos season comes, you will discover that the quality of 4 months is determined by 2 weeks of exams. That means 4 months has no value. It's those 2 weeks that will determine the quality of that 4 months. If you don't meet up, you wasted the 4 months. That's what Kairos season does. Kairos season justifies Chronos season. And so everybody who will rise in this kingdom must understand the mystery of the Kairos. That's the time when divine purpose is activated. And there are 3 laws for Kairos season. Law number 1 is alignment. If a season comes and you don't align to divine purpose, you can never be lifted. Hope you know that a man was at the pool of Bethesda for 38 years. John chapter 5. When the water is stirred, the law of alignment is that jump in first. Because he couldn't jump in, there was a season of lifting, he didn't rise. So the first law of the Kairos is the law of alignment. You must discern God's will, particularly for seasons, and align to them. There are seasons where what God is looking for is purity. There are seasons where what God is looking for is consistency. There are seasons where what God is looking for is hunger. If you don't have it, even if God wants to favor you, he won't lift you. Hope you know, in the days when Mary was choosing, she wasn't choosing based on merit, but there was a law. If you are not a virgin, you can't be the one. It was favor that picked her, but virginity was an alignment requirement. If she was not a virgin, there was no way that favor would have worked for her. So the law of season is number 1, the law of alignment. You must align to the will of God. Law number 2 is the law of discernment. If you don't know that there is a season, you will not prepare yourself for it. The Bible said in Luke 19 verse 43 and 44, Jesus warned the city. Why? He said, because thou knowest not the times of thy visitation. Do you know why many Christians live carelessly? They think every day is the same. No, every day is not the same. There are some days days that are worth 10 years. If you miss that day, you have missed the 10-year cycle. There are some days that are worth 3 years. So what you need to do is that you sharpen your discernment so that when those days come, you are ready. Why were the other 5 virgins called fools? They didn't discern. So they didn't prepare for that hour. 12 hours in the day, but 1 hour counted. At midnight, there was a cry. Matthew 25 verse 6. They were not ready at that hour. The other 11 hour was wasted. So you need to have discernment. He said the sons of Issachar, 1 Chronicles 12:32, they were men that had understanding and they discerned times and seasons. The Bible said the heads of them were 200. All their brethren were at their commandment. When you discern season, you will rise. When you align to the demands of seasons, you will rise. And then number 3 is the law of sovereignty. That law is the law of favor. When God sees those who are aligned, when God sees those who are discerning, God will pick out of them. You can't control that one, but what you can control is discernment and alignment, and trust God for favor. This is how you enter into promotion. There are people who may never be promoted, not because God is biased, but they never discern seasons. The season where God is picking men, that's the season they fell. And then they are begging for forgiveness when people are climbing the mountains of influence. And God will forgive them. But what they don't know is that a cycle has passed. That's why you see them 30 years they are at one spot. There are seasons where you will fight with your blood to stand. Because if you miss it, it's not just one day. 10 years have gone. It is because of things like this that God has a system of restoration. His mercy provoked restoration so that years that were lost can be recovered. Because some of you thought you've lost money. The major things men have lost are years, because they don't know what to do with Kairos season.